Welcome to the world of Marissa Marchand channel. A weekly serialized story full of heartfelt moments and relatable characters that will capture audiences' attention. Coming to America, The Journey, Part 16. The Joy of Parenthood. In the early hours of September 7, 1981, at 4:10 a.m. at the Queen's Medical Center, I gave birth to a bouncing baby girl. Junior and I were ashamed that we were unprepared for our daughter's birth. Everything we bought for our baby, including clothes, blankets, towels, socks, toys, and bibs, was blue. We were certain we were having a boy, so we didn't even consider pink. The surprise of having a girl left us scrambling to adjust. As we held our newborn daughter, the hospital staff asked for her name. Surprised, Junior and I exchanged glances, realizing we hadn't even picked a name for her. Seeing that we didn't have one, the nurse told us they would get back to us later. I stayed in the hospital for 3 days to recover from the delivery. Junior and I brainstormed names for girls but struggled to agree on the right name. Each suggestion led to a debate, with neither of us willing to compromise. While in bed, I woke up to see the end of a movie that included a list of credits recognizing the people and organizations involved. Leslie Ann Down was one name that caught my attention and immediately struck a chord with me. When Junior visited me after work, I mentioned the name to him. We both agreed that Leslie would be a beautiful name for our daughter. It felt like a serendipitous moment, as if the universe guided us to the perfect name for our little girl. Mom and Dad visited me at the hospital later that afternoon, eager to meet their newborn granddaughter. The choice of name thrilled them, and they immediately called her Little Leslie, which made us smile. Their visit brought warmth and comfort, reassuring us that everything would be all right as we embarked on this parenting journey. To help us out, Junior's grandfather, Rosendo, invited us to live with him. We accepted without hesitation since it was only a few houses away from my parents' home. This arrangement would allow them to babysit whenever we needed an extra hand, which was an immense relief for us as first-time parents. Having them so close provided a support system that made parenthood smoother. Rosendo happily welcomed us into his home and promised to help in any way possible. He gave us his spare bedroom and provided us with all the necessities. Bringing Leslie home from the hospital was both exciting and nerve-wracking. The moment we stepped through the door, we realized our lives would never be the same. We were now responsible for this tiny, precious human being. We did not have a nursery or crib ready for Leslie, so we made do with a makeshift setup in our bedroom. We placed her gently in the middle of our bed, surrounded by pillows to ensure she was safe and secure. It wasn't the ideal setup, but it was cozy and filled with love. It was far from perfect, but seeing Leslie sleeping peacefully made us feel like we could handle anything. As I cleaned Rosendo's house, I found hundreds of booklets of Sand-H green stamps, or trading stamps. These stamps were given by merchants as rewards or loyalty programs. Customers could redeem them in-store for any item in the catalog. Rosendo graciously gave them to me so I could exchange them for something we needed. I was grateful for his kindness and thought about how useful they were. Junior and I drove to their redemption center in downtown Honolulu. They had display shelves filled with household goods and baby items. As we wandered through the aisles, it felt like we were in a magic toyland. Every shelf offered treasures we could exchange for Leslie's needs. The colorful displays of baby clothes, toys, and essentials sparkled under store lights, promising to make life easier for us. We left the center with our arms full and hearts full of gratitude, ready to create a nurturing environment for our little girl. As Junior and Leslie slept soundly, I cleaned and sterilized Leslie's milk bottles. I set the stove on medium heat and returned to our room. I could feel the weight of exhaustion settling in as I tiptoed around, trying not to disturb them. Every muscle in my body ached from sleepless nights, and my eyes struggled to stay open. The next thing I knew, Rosendo woke me up and told me I had forgotten to turn off the stove. I immediately smelled something burning, which jolted me awake. My heart raced with panic as I rushed to the kitchen. In the pot, the bottles and nipples melted and stuck to each other. Rosendo's quick action prevented injury, but the disaster I caused disappointed me. Considering I might have burned his house, I wondered if he regretted letting us stay there. The incident taught me a valuable lesson about sleep deprivation and multitasking. Following that mistake, I made it a point to stay more attentive and organized. However, the damage had been done and I felt awkward around Rosendo, feeling guilty for what I had done. Even simple tasks now seemed daunting, as I constantly feared making another costly mistake. I tried to remain vigilant, but exhaustion and guilt weighed heavily on me. It was time to step back and reassess our living situation. As fate would have it, our old apartment became available, and we immediately moved in. It was obvious that Rosendo was heartbroken when we left. Although he loved Leslie very much, he knew we had to stand on our own. We appreciated Rosendo's generosity towards us as he provided free rent and food. However, Junior and I were young kids and knew we couldn't rely on his kindness forever. We wanted to be on our own and build a life independently. We needed to prove that we could take care of our family without relying on others. As I returned to work, my parents babysat Leslie during the day, giving me peace of mind knowing she was in excellent hands. I credit my family's and Rosendo's support for Leslie's happy and healthy upbringing. Over time, Junior and I learned to balance our responsibilities and create a stable environment for her. Though challenges still arose, we faced them with newfound confidence and determination. Sometimes life doesn't work according to plan, but it often leads us to unexpected opportunities and growth. Getting married so young was not our intention, and accepting it took some time. Throughout our relationship, Junior and I have faced many challenges and obstacles, and occasionally juggling work, parenting, and maintaining our relationship felt overwhelming, but we have managed to overcome them. We grew as individuals and as a couple. Marriage at a young age was not ideal, as it came with its own set of challenges and pressures. Despite the difficulties we encountered, Junior and I made the most out of the situation. We pledged to face them head-on because our love always bound us together. Join us next week as we wrap up our story and share the lessons we've learned from our journey. Don't miss the final chapter of our adventure from Marissa Marchand channel. Please check out my channel trailer video to learn more about the exciting content you can expect from my channel. Your support means the world to me. I write young adult, new adult, and middle grade fiction. For more information about my work, visit marissamarchand.com. Don't forget to watch my other videos. Thank you.